Seriously, what happened to the package though?
I don't know. Let me get the word processor up. Boop, 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 boop. Hmm. All right. Save that. There we go. Okay, hold on. OBS vertical. Are you showing the screen properly? Doesn't look like you are. There we go. All right, that looks pretty good. Um, okay. Share the screen with you, Carrie. Boop.
We're going to have a couple of hours together. Yeah.
Oh, hold on.
I'm not going to the band today.
There we go. Had to turn you down a little bit. You're a little louder than what I had. Okay, and now let's go over to get some Pokemon music going.
Yeah.
Okay, both these live streams are now going. Uh, Pokemon. Oh, all Pokemon game music soundtrack. Best Pokemon. Let's see. All Pokemon battle themes. Okay, fine. Then we'll just go with our Soul Silver soundtrack. All right. Here we go. No, no, no. I did not say to click ahead. I said change the volume. What are you doing? There we go. That's all changed. All right. Okay. Now just put this one here. And this one there. And minimize Discord. And I can see everything. Aha! Oh, I gotta change my stuff. On Kick real quick. Ugh. Pokemon. Save that. Okay, well we got some people in here already. That's nice. I'm just getting a few Twitch related things fixed over here, and then we'll get started.
Yep.
Ugh. Kick, what is your problem? Why do I even use you? Alright. There we go. That's good enough. Put that there. Oh, Kick finally updated. Woo! Okay, now we can actually get started with the reading. Might turn the game music down just a little bit. Okay, that's pretty good. Alright, here we go. Ready to get started.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, I guess I'll start reading.
Mm-hmm.
Chapter 19. Rails takeover begins. My gosh, it's been forever since we did this.
Question: How many pages are we doing for this one?
I mean, we usually go to about 20.
Okay.
Usually
This is going
that's
to be
how many
very
we read
interesting.
each time. Let's see. As Jack healed all the Pokemon who had participated in the previous battle, while Danny set his Pokegear to map and found out where. Wait, what is up with the sentence structure? Healed all the Pokemon in the battle. I feel like I don't think we need while there. Danny set his Pokegear to map and found out where Saffron City was located. Eek! Susan exclaimed. It's all the way over there? There has got to. That is going to be one long walk, Polly, groaned Polly. Jack put his hand up to his chin and nodded, his head smiling. Everyone, say your goodbyes, Jack ordered. Why, Dad? Greg asked. Just do it. Goodbye. Goodbye. Yeah, sorry. throat is a little rough there. Goodbye, Danny. I hope you come again so I can beat you in Pokemon, Greg remarked. Polly, I hope you send some of your paintings, Linda said, crying. Jeez. Linda got attacked. I came from afar. Oh, I just realized I haven't shared this with Discord. Hold on. Let me get this done. Jack found us anyway, though. Good on you, Jack. There we go. Now it's shared properly on Discord.
What's happening on Discord?
Goodbye, Danny. I hope you come again so I can beat you in Pokemon. Polly, I hope you send some of your paintings, Linda said, crying. Linda got attached to Polly crazy fast, I gotta say. It's like they what, spent like one night hanging out, and then she's like, I love you! You're my best friend, Polly! I'm like, calm down. Calm down, Linda.
I think that she probably liked Polly because of her style.
Yeah.
Okay.
I promise I will. Oh, brother, remarked Greg. Even Greg knows. He's like, seriously? You got attached that fast? Okay. So I know that is... I think they're both public now. Okay. Give me a call when you're ready to return to Johto. I'll fly you back for free, Barbara offered. Boy, in that case, I hope we live here forever, Ian whispered. Oh, boy, in that case, I hope we live here forever, Ian whispered to Susan. Sorry, this document got rid of all the quotes, so I had to put them back in. It's a little ridiculous.
Very painstakingly putting all the things back in.
Oh, cool. Reading time. Hey, Agent 3! Welcome to the live stream. Yes, reading more Pokemon fan fiction. And yes, I have made illustrations for certain parts of the story. Let's see. Yeah, really, she agreed. Thank you for everything you've given us, Polly waved. Especially the badges, Danny added. Jack raised his hand, and the next thing Danny knew, he and everyone with him were in the middle of a busy street. Oh my gosh! Jack could have gotten them killed! He just... How have you both been? We've been good, Agent 3. I've been playing a lot of Monster Hunter Rise to get ready for Monster Hunter Wilds. I'm super excited for that. Not sure if you played Monster Hunter. But yeah, Jack just almost got them killed. He teleported them into the middle of a busy street in a city. Could you imagine if they just died there? Story over.
Game over, yeah. Dan is going to be like, Jack, I'm going to hunt you until the end of the earth.
Come on, Jack. Jack is that guy. Boy, in that case, especially badges. Hey, why don't you kids watch where you're going? The driver yelled. You could have been killed. Not our fault, man. The confused bunch ran off the street and onto the safe sidewalk where Jack should have teleported them in the first place. Let's see. What happened? Danny shuddered. He didn't stutter, he shuddered. The last thing I remembered, we were at Jack's house. Where are we now? Polly wondered, taking a look around her. They were in a big city with several tall buildings, but one stood out above all the others. It was the supreme compared to the others. So it's got like taco seasonings on it. Anyway, and had a sign on it. But from their point, it wasn't possible to see it clearly. But I'm gonna add point of view. I think that sounds better. I'm not 100% sure, but I'd bet that we're in Saffron City. Stephen guessed. Why do you think that? Asked Ian. Because Jack had us say our goodbyes before we were sent off to this place. The only explanation is that he teleported us here. Wow, so we're in Saffron City? Danny exclaimed. Looks that way, Stephen replied. Thanks for saying the obvious over and over again, guys. This is great. We would have had to have walked. We would have had to walk miles to get here, laughed Danny. Ha ha! Thank you, Jack. Hey, Danny, that huge building over there must be the Silpho building, suspected Polly, pointing to the highest skyscraper, not skyscraper. What is a skyscraper? I think you're right, Polly. Then let's stop in to see Grandpa. Sorry, but I didn't come here for a family reunion, remarked Stephen. I'm gonna go get a badge at the gym here. I'll wait for you outside when I'm done. Okay, Stephen, Danny said as he watched his new friend go off by himself. Maybe you guys should go too, he suggested to his companions. Yeah, you're probably right, Ian agreed, as did Susan. Together, they chased after Stephen. Danny and his sister walked down the street, and Moofy, stop trying to break in my room!
He's talking to his cat.
Streets of Saffron City Saffron trying to get a great... keep the great building in their sights. But no matter how far they walked, it seemed to not get any closer. Businessmen and women walked the streets, going in their workplaces? Okay. Shops, restaurants, company buildings were all on all sides. Pokemon trainers proudly marched around walking the various Pokemon. Though the sights they saw were interesting, the brother and sister were getting sick of getting nowhere. Carrie, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm here. I will take another paragraph in the next page. Danny, I'm getting tired. Polly conveyed, panting, coming to a stop. So am I. Let's take a break. Eric was keeping a close eye on both of them. Boss, this is Eric on Saffron City. Do you copy? He spoke to a walkie-talkie. You got the quote wrong, but okay. Yes, Eric, this is real. What is it? Sir, they are finally here. It's about time. Keep a watch on them and inform me when they go to Silpho. Affirmative, over and out.
Oh gosh, now Moofy's meowing out there. Ugh. Calm down, cat. And no, Agent 3, I didn't play extra work. I wish I knew there was an extra work. I would have played that. And also my character has a bad case of the shake. Stop that.
Danny, I don't can go on. It seems that we have been walking for hours. Now, this is absolutely ridiculous. Polly, it's only been an hour and a half and you knew it, but there's no sense in wasting time. Let's run Legend 2 and we will be there in seconds. That sounds good to me. Eric continued to watch them as Danny called off his Dragonite. The people around them were caught by surprise and stared at the rare Pokemon. Well, by modern standards, it's no longer rare, but you get it.
Yeah.
Polly felt embarrassed and she moved Danny and herself onto the living transport. When Legend 2 took off, it was so fast and strong the wind blasted over, blowing some of the pedestrians over. Polly smiled when she saw the city from such a great height. Hey L2, did you see that big tower over there? Danny questioned. L2 looked in the direction Danny pointed and nodded vigorously. I need you to carry Polly and me over to it. And below, Eric looks
okay. Hold on. I think I'll put a picture in. See? Please tell me I drew the background for this. I didn't.
Did you know?
Okay, my bad. That's fine. This is incomplete. It was supposed to have like tall buildings under it, but this'll do for now.
Not the end of the world, though.
Let's see. So yeah, there's Dragonite carrying them. I just got top 20 in X rank. Dang, you're really good, Agent 3. Wow. Okay. Uh,
Uh,
I guess you can continue because I just put a picture there and he kind of just started.
okay. Wait, Jesus. Jesus. Okay, there we go. I've been doing too many multitasking at the same time. Um, uh, this is Eric's leader to the Sky Team. Come inside Sky Team. This is Sky Team. Our target has hovering in the sky was a small one-man helicopter piloted by the rocket wearing a helmet. Seriously, why are you guys so persistent? If you guys are more into your proper jobs or something, you probably would be rich.
They probably would be rich if they actually focused on other things that weren't like trainers. How much money are they wasting doing this?
You can go. I think that we can go ask Giovanni on that. So Giovanni, how much money have you wasted, you dum dum? This is Roger. He tried to pursue Legend 2, but the speed was nothing compared to the speedy Dragonite. This is Sky Crew. I can't stay with the target, but I'm certain they are flying where we want them to. Perfect. The two came close to the building and shot straight down. Polly screamed, holding her brother. Or Danny laughed, raising his arms above him. That is dangerous. Don't do that.
I like this little detail here.
Nice.
Yeah, this little detail.
Wait. Danny and Polly slide up her tail into the playground.
Like a slide. Like a
slide in a playground. Polly's hair was a mess, and she was shaking out of fear. We've got to do that again! Danny exclaimed, jumping up. Thanks for everything, Legend 2. You can return to, You can return to your you can return and give your wings a rest. Yeah, just Legend doing Legend-y things. Let's see. After Polly combed and brushed her hair to make it suitable again, she examined the tower and was certain that it was the Silphco office building. Letters only were now visible in the spread of Silphco Silph Company below the small letters and great producers of the world's greatest pop. The entrance had big glass doors that slid to the side when Danny came close to them. As they walk inside, they were both impressed at the decoration. Golden chandeliers hanging from the ceiling, expensive red carpeting laid over the floor. That's okay. And a fountain that has special lighting to give the effect of a rainbow. Many security guards stood by at the stairs elevator, and a front desk that had a receptionist. Suddenly they stepped up to her, feeling they shouldn't be here for some strange reason. This place looks like a hotel, Danny pointed out. I know, it's incredible. May I help you? The receptionist asked politely. She had long hair and she had long black hair, long sleeves, and red shirt to be with. And with the name that they say Mrs. Chloe painted on it. We are here to see our grandpa, Polly responded. Oh, fine. Just tell me who your grandpa is. We don't really know his first name, but we know that he's the president. Mrs. Chloe immediately thought that they were kidding and didn't believe it. Right, and my dad is Ash Ketchum. Then he scratched his head. She thinks we are joking, Polly whispered. But he's our grandpa. We are Danny and Polly Dragonson. What? Did they say Dragonson? She asked, looking surprised. Yeah, I'm Danny, and this is my sister Polly. There used to be a Pokemon master by the name of Dragonson, and I did recall that he married Mr. Sylph's daughter. Yeah, that's our mom, Cassie, Polly informed. Let me check in real quick, she said. She pressed a button and spoke into the speaker. Mr. Sylph, sir? Yes, Miss Chloe responded with an Yes, Miss Chloe responded with an elderly yet energetic voice. There are two children here who claim to be your grandchildren. And there are their names, Daniel Jr. and Polly.
Okay, my turn.
Yep.
Well, Mrs. Chloe stared at Danny. Danny, tell her your real name, his sister pushed. But I hate that name. Polly leered at her brother. Oh, okay already. I'm Daniel Jr. Danny flinched as he spoke the name he despised. Yes, sir. Oh, send them up at once. You two can take the elevator to the top level. I'll signal the guards to let you pass. Danny and Polly walked past the elevator guards and pressed the button to the highest floor. As they were getting higher and higher, it stopped and the door opened. A stressed employee with a pile of papers ran in and bumped Danny over. Watch where you're going, mister, Polly warned. The man put his papers down and helped Danny up. Sorry about that, kid. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine, but what's the rush? I have to get these documents into the right files and fast. I think he means whatever. The elevator came to the next floor and opened with a ding sound. Well, this is my floor. I have to be going now, he stated, towing his load away. Only one sheet of paper was left behind, but before Polly could alert the man, the elevator door shut. When she picked it up, she found something rather odd about it. That's strange, she said to herself. What's strange? Danny asked. This paper, the writing on it doesn't make any sense. It's just line after line of gibberish. Danny looked at the paper and saw nothing but letters put down in a random order. They both dismissed it as a worker slacking off and forgot about it. After that incident, the elevator went non-stop until they reached the top floor. As the door slid apart, they entered a grand office with large glass windows stretching from side to side, and a large assortment of beautiful plants, many not even native to Kanto. There was strange office furniture, such as futons and oddly shaped chairs, but what made up most of the office was exercise things, weights, treadmills, cycling machines, and many more. Okay, I'm gonna break this up. This is nuts. There was a man running on one of the treadmills, and he stopped only when he saw his grandchildren's faces. Cassie's father had aged to a great deal, and he was now in his early 60s. He looked like he was keeping in shape. He was wearing jogging clothes, a pair of running shoes, and a headband. DJ, Polly, come to visit your grandpa. Mr. Sylph forgot the machine he was on and was still in motion, and he fell off. Oh gosh, no! At his age? Oh no! Please.
That was just like a scene in America's Funniest Home Videos. We get those. It was funny. Okay.
Danny and Polly ran and hugged their grandfather, who was down on the floor. Oh gosh.
Are you okay?
He's fallen and he can't get up. Grandpa, we haven't seen you since we were little kids, Danny informed, smiling. We've missed you. You know, for missing your grandpa, well, I guess they never really knew his name because they just called him Grandpa all the time.
Yeah, that was it.
We've missed you, Polly laughed. Your mother told me you might stop by to see me, DJ. You're traveling all of Kanto to get badges, aren't you? You're following the same path as your father and mother. That's right, Grandpa, but no one calls me DJ anymore. They call me Danny now. Okay, another picture. Another picture,
Okay.
another picture. Picture is here. Forgot the headband. Oh well. I also forgot to clear up Danny's chin, but whatever. Do it later. Let's see.
Do it later.
Early DJ. Okay. Can we just kind of put that there? There we go. There we go. Just checking out the grandpa who has a Silphco logo on his t-shirt.
He's very energetic, definitely.
Yeah. Kind of like my dad. My dad's he goes bicycling every day.
That's awesome.
Took fall damage. It's crazy. Took fall damage. It's crazy. Took what fall damage? Agent 3? Anyway. Oh, right. Their grandpa.
That old man getting tank.
Let's see. Oh, really, DJ? I give up, Danny moaned. Dwayne Johnson! Grandpa, you never finished telling us the end of the story when Dad saved Silphco, Polly noted. You mean your father hasn't finished it? No, he hasn't had the time, Danny replied in a low tone. No, he hasn't had the time. Well, at what point was I when I ended it? That's a question, you dingus. It was right after Dad found Mom, and she thought Dad was a rocket. What a joke! Danny laughed. Oh, yes, now I remember. Although I wasn't there to see this part, your mother told me about it. Now, your father was with his two friends, Jack and Josh, and he just found my Cassie hiding from Giovanni, the leader of Team Rocket. Okay, so this part is just straight up copy and pasted from earlier in the story. I guess we should read it?
Do you want to... Okay, flashback time.
We're flashing back to an earlier story.
Okay. Seriously? Who are these weirdos?
Wait. Oh my gosh, did I not include quotes for any of these? The flashback section?
No, you didn't.
I did not. Okay, it's not that long. Whatever, we're just gonna have to guess, I guess.
Okay, yeah. Seriously? Who are weirdos? Cassie asked, flinching at Jack and Josh. No time for introductions. We have only been 1 minute to stop Giovanni from harming your father. Yelled Josh, greatly excited. Dan looked at the video came across the room. He noticed that it wasn't focused on them, and that gave him an idea. Josh, Jack, put your heads over your faces. Giovanni's eyes stared at the monitor and saw the 3 rockets. I know that it was your turn, but I'm just recounting it because I can do it. I'm bringing Cassie to him. Casey. They were only a few feet away from the door. Well, Mr. President, it seems like now I have your daughter in my possession. I suspect you signed my documents. Now. With no choice, the president started to sign when the rockets came in holding Cassie. Oh, good job, man. Thanks. Dan quickly become enraged. You! Luckily, I have a pen just for this occasion. Yeah. Snapping his fingers, Giovanni summoned 4 rockets who looked more formidable than any others they had fought. Hey Cassie, do you still have the Clefairy you took from me? Yeah, I evolved it into a Clefable. Good, because it looked like we are gonna need it. All the trainers, including Giovanni, called up their Pokemons, and a great battle began. Dragonair, Jack used Kadabra, Josh attacked with Ditto, and Cassie brought out both Clefable and Wigglypuff. The Rocket's Pokemons were an Arbok, a Weezing, a Raticate, a Primate, and Giovanni's Persian. Don't kill the cat!
Don't kill the cat!
Arbok moving to bite into Dragonair, but Jack's Kadabra teleported away, and instead it got fangs stuck into a desk. That's gotta hurt.
Oh, we're breaking
Oh,
out
yeah.
of the flashback for a moment.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I'll read this.
Yeah, you can do it.
Oh, let me show you something that you might find interesting, Mr. Sylph said, leading Danny and Polly over to his desk. He pointed out a pair of 2 deep holes on it. Dude, can you not afford another desk?
I think that he just keeping it just to show his clients like, yeah, I was protected against the rockets and I thrived.
It's like a
Now do business with me. Do it. I'm worth it.
it's like a badge of honor for him. It's like, yeah, they tried to do a hostile takeover. They tried to take the master ball, but guess who's standing, suckers?
Wait, what were you saying?
I was saying, that's right. They tried to do a hostile takeover. They tried to steal the master ball, but guess who's still standing, suckers?
Yeah, there you go.
Caused by the Arbok. Wow, Danny and Polly said, touching the holes. They immediately got poisoned.
The people fired an ice beam from its hand and froze wheezing. Wigglypuff jumped around slapping the rocket's Pokemon so as many times as he could. Everyone, what? Either hitting the rockets or making them run. Kataba finished, use your side beam! Jack shouted. Giovanni quietly stepped off the way as the psychic ray blew his minions away with ease. Now, it's your turn, Cassie declared to Giovanni. I'm sorry, little girl, but I have wasted enough time today. Giovanni slid to the side to a one-use teleporter pad. This is not the end of this, Jack and Dan. He filed, vanishing before they could prevent him. Cassie rushed over to her father and untied him. Are you alright, Dad? Yeah, but if it weren't for these big brave boys, who knows what that madman would have done? Make me sign this stupid contract.
Yeah, most likely.
We just did what we had to be done, said Jack modestly. I must give you a reward. Nah, we wouldn't think about it, sir. Dan rejected. I'd have just the things, Mr. Sylph stated, ignoring Dan's previous sentence. These for all trainers, you can have this one of a kind. These are not to make any more. Seriously? If they fell into the wrong hands, it would be disastrous, and I can't afford to put my family in danger. Seriously, those things. What do you mean? You make those yourselves? You don't make those? Do you have to craft your own? Master Ball, I read about that in Pokemon Center. It's the only capture ball that can catch a Pokemon no matter
in
what.
Pokemon Power. It's a Nintendo Power reference.
Sorry, my bad. Pokemon Power. Explained Jack. Thanks a lot, Dan replied with gratitude as he took the ball. Like that one time Maya just bowed in front of some red letters on the platform at the beginning of the Thrice Upon a Time. I think that you remember that. So we will not let your sacrifice go to waste. There's a bit morbid. Anyway, at first I didn't want a reward, but this was too good to be true. Well, we better get our Pokemon heals, or we can battle in the Saffron Gym. Hey, can I help you, Dan? I promise to take any of the Pokemon you weaken. Cassie fast, crossing her heart. Okay, Cassie, you can come with us.
Okay, we're back. To the present. Haha. And she did just that. They became good friends, and even more than that later. As you well know, because you're both standing here. You're both standing here. Nope, I don't think anything happened between your parents. That is so romantic, Polly swooned. I can't believe it. My dad was a hero. He saved Silvco from Giovanni, and he was cool doing it. Danny raved, overexcited. He still is a hero, Danny, his grandfather corrected. If using all your Prison League money to build and fund a school isn't being a hero, then I don't know what is. So, does Dad still have the Master Ball? Inquired Polly. I believe so, Polly, but who's to know what he's done with it? Oh, I have something for you two. Should I continue or should you?
I mean, like, you can take over, and then I can take over the next page.
Okay.
Why do I find it very funny? There's like he just used all the money to open a school. Was he a doctor? How did he get a degree? He was just only like, I thought that you guys are running around, doing nothing.
Let's see. Came up with I mean, maybe went. I mean, it was how many years passed? 12 years? 12 years passed in between the last story and this story.
I know.
What is it? He asked. Gave it to the compact diskette. Gave it to Danny. What is it? He asked. It is an upgrade for Porygon. Insert it into one. Where are we inserting it into, Grandpa? Are we inserting it into its butt?
There's not enough butt jokes in the butt jokes. More than Star Wars puns. You need to have more butt jokes.
Insert into one, and it will evolve into a Porygon 2. Wow! So this will do it? Yes, but it can only be used once, so use it wisely. Thank you, Grandpa. Polly and Danny smiled, hugging him. Polly, we better go find the others, suggested Danny. You're right. We don't want to be late. Late for what? Seeing Steven get his badge? They bid their grandfather farewell and got onto the elevator. As the doors shut, the old president sat down and breathed heavily, thinking he could relax. But as his children left, the doors reopened, and hold on. How did the doors reopen? It's an elevator. You can't have... They're taking the elevator down. You can't just have, like, another elevator pop into existence. What is this, some type of weird dual elevator setup? I don't think I knew how elevators worked back then.
Have you ever used one?
As the doors shut, the old president sat down and breathed. Opened. He was a man with a mask walked in. He was tall and was in a Silphco uniform. Who are you? Mr. Silph asked, moving his hand for the alarm button under his desk. The man threw three... I
thought that he was going to pull a gun.
Yeah. The man threw 3 sharp stars at him to stop his movements. And what is he, a ninja? And tossed a can of sleeping gas over. The president had nowhere to run to escape, and the strong fumes... never ask how elevators work or you'll be silenced, is what Jack said. Knowing the only one who could see him was unconscious, the man unmasked himself, and it turned out that he was the one who bumped into Danny in the elevator. Dun-dun!
You bastard!
Yeah. Boss. He whispered into his walkie-talkie. Mission accomplished. Did you plant the tracer and bug unit onto Danny? Rill asked. Yes, they never expected a thing. You were right. Dan does have the Master Ball. I knew it! Movie keeps trying to break in. Walking away from the Silphco building, Danny and Polly were completely unaware of their grandfather's danger. Polly, after we meet the others, I'm going to call Aunt Emily. Why? I'm going to see if she wants to evolve her Porygon. I doubt it. Dad said that she's had Pori for years, and I don't think she would want it to change. We'll see. Danny was just about to call on his Dragonite to fly them to the gym when he saw all his friends walking in their direction. What in the world are they doing here? I assume that's Danny saying that. Hi, Danny, Steven. Well, well, well. Look who broke through my door barricade.
Again.
All right, Moofy. If you come onto my lap and behave yourself, I guess you can stay. I'm not playing Monster Hunter anymore, so it's not as big a deal. Anyway, where was I? What are they doing here? Hi, Danny, Steven greeted with a frown on his face. What's wrong? Polly asked. Don't even bother going to the gym, he answered. The gym leader has left, and she left a sign saying she'll be gone for a while. Ugh, I hate it when that happens in a Pokemon game. I just want my badge!
Stupid woman.
Ugh, just left says it would be for a while. Oh man! Danny stomped his foot. Now where are we gonna go? I'd say a restaurant to eat lunch, Ian suggested. I'm starving, Susan moaned. We have to go to the Pokemon Center first so I can call my aunt, Danny pointed out. Why don't you just call her on your Pokegear cell phone? Polly inquired. The battery's dead. The battery's died. Whatever. Everyone dropped their heads down. Everyone dropped their heads down. What is this, some type of half everyone fall over joke that anime used to do?
I think that it is. It was supposed to be like, guys, not to break it to you, but the battery has died.
Where are you going? Danny called out. To eat. Danny, we'll go find a restaurant. You can go to the Pokemon Center, but be sure to catch up with us soon, Polly said, following the other trainers departing from Danny to eat. And that was a very... I'm just going to say... following the other trainers, because the rest of that sentence is so unnecessary. It hurts me. It physically hurts me. Okay, Polly, I won't be too far behind you, he promised, moving in a different direction. He walked down the street and asked directions to the local Pokemon Center. When he arrived, Nurse Joy fed all of his Pokemon to their heart's delight. Okay, I've heard heart's content. I'm not sure if I've ever heard anyone say heart's delight.
Don't ask me. I'm not a native. Oh, dear, my voice.
Anyway, let's see. We arrived at delight, and he got on the phone. Attempted to. He was fed all his Pokemon to their heart's delight, and he got on the phone, attempting, not attempted, to contact the ranch. It started to ring, but no one was answering, even after it rang 10 times. And even after it rang 10 times, there was no response. Very strange. I've called them many times in the past. There was always someone to answer. I hope nothing is wrong. When he was about to hang up, he got a strange answer, but the visual screen was blurred and the voice was being muffled by constant static. Please help! Oh, hey, Carrie, it's your turn, isn't it?
Hey, my bad. Yeah, there's a... How? Alicia, is that you? Danny! Come back. Alicia! I'm sorry, the line has been disconnected. Apologize to operator. Danny hung up with a worried look upon his face. There's no time to waste, we have to go back. From across the room, Danny heard a sound that sounds like a lock. When he saw the exit, he realized that the Rockets had locked the doors with the chains. Now then, how are you going to get out of this one? Eric asked. The Rockets cornered him, and his Pokemon were in the balls being held by Eric's magnet. Nurture was typed in the back. Okay. Oh my! All your Pokemon are with me, and your friends are several blocks away. If I were you, I would surrender now. Danny
Okay,
was sweating in the
we have a picture. And it's not the only one in this scene, by the way. Let's see, where was it? Man, I really need to add a few last second details into these pics, but they'll just work as placeholders for now.
You're putting the skills of you drawing people tied up in here.
What? I don't do that. Moving on. uh,
You
anyway.
didn't hear anything. Danny was sweating and the pressure on him was growing. He doubted himself. The rockets neared, but no visible reason. He grinned and started laughing. Any second, AI will break in here and save me. Eric and his team waited to look. Just great. At one time, I depend on him, and he isn't around. It was clear Danny he would have saved himself this time. He tried to think quickly, but his feet were slipping on the floor. Then he saw a yellow sign saying, "Beware of wet floor."
uh,
On the wall near the sign, there's a chance he put in a net, and above her was an open window. He jumped forward.
Carrie, I think you're getting cut off. You might want to check your connection.
Oh, yeah. Wait. I can't think it again. All right. Oh.
Just waiting for this to get worked out. Technical difficulties. Mm-hmm.
I think it was still loading.
Oh wait, are you back?
I think I'm still waiting for my extender to load back. It's it's taking a bit. I hope that you don't mind.
Well, we'll just wait. So
Where did I get cut off?
Okay.
Those some fair.
Still a bit choppy.
Games.
Yeah, still kind of choppy.
Okay.
Um. Uh. Can you hear me? Okay.
I can hear you perfect.
Okay.
Perfect.
Well, how about I read this page and we'll just wait for your thing to get fixed. If you responded, I couldn't hear you. Still there? Well, hopefully she gets her internet sorted out so we can keep going.
Joy, are you supposed to go?
Wait, are you there? Um, is your internet fixed?
Uh, uh, um,
It doesn't sound
I'm
like
still
it's.
fixing
Well, I'm gonna
it.
read. You said you could.
It's still here. It's still.
Well, I'm gonna read.
I,
So yeah, so the stream can continue.
I I'm
Okay.
still here.
Okay.
You're
Okay, cool. Cool, cool,
perfect,
cool.
but yeah, it's just okay.
Okay, well, I'll just read this next page and hopefully things will be fixed by the end of the page. All right. On the wall near the sign was a
Mm-hmm.
chancy put in a net. Uh, uh, Stop standing around and grab him, Eric exclaimed as Danny was being charged at. He jumped forward onto his stomach and slid under their legs. Stop him! Uh, Danny jumped onto Chansey, using her like a springboard to jump through the window. Yeah, I have a picture here. Do, 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 do. I drew a Blissey, so just pretend I'm saying Blissey, I guess. Anyway, let's see. Stop him! Sorry about that, Blissey, but many people were counting on me. As he fell out, his legs landed in a trash can and he fell over onto his side. The Rockets outside looked into the alley where Danny came out, but they didn't see him because he had completely concealed himself in the can. I'd still be suspicious if I heard a trash can go down, though. As Danny quietly laughed to himself and thought of how he had tricked the stupid Team Rocket, he began rolling. The trash can rolled out of control across a busy street. I swear this kid's going to get killed. This kid is going to die from being hit by a car. Stop going into a busy street, Danny.
All right,
Oh, are you back?
I'm back. All right, I'm back. I think I'm back.
Did you
Yep.
did you hear what I just
What?
said about
He's I hear everything, but except on my side, that you hear my voice being very choppy and such.
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly fine now, but it's so funny. This kid almost died in the in
Again.
traffic 2 times this one chapter. Jeez. Obey the rules of the road, Danny. Rolled out of control across the busy street. I guess I'll just finish the page.
You know,
Hmm?
over here over where I live, we got people we got what's that thing called we have laws. If you cross the road incorrectly, you will likely, if there are police around you, if you get caught, you will get fined.
Wow.
Yeah, did you get that?
Yeah. At the curb on the other side, Danny got dizzy, but other than that, unharmed. Well, thank goodness he didn't get hit by a car.
Okay.
um,
Ugh.
Although Eric saw him, the traffic light changed in Danny's favor and the Rockets were unable to cross. After gaining
Suckers.
After gaining his balance, Danny tried to get away, but his feet weren't getting him anywhere, and he looked back to see Magneton pulling him by his travel bag. Just great. It must be pulling in my empty Pokeballs and Pokedex. Ugh, don't let it get too close. It'll wipe your decks. He tried to fight it, but the pull was too strong, so he took off the strap and let it fly onto Magneton. And there goes your Pokedex data. Then he ran up to his Pokeballs that were still on Magneton and pushed the button on them. Push the buttons on them. His 6 Pokemon came to his aid, but being made of metal, Caesar was being pulled onto Magneton. Red Knight, use Metal Claw. The magnetic attraction will give you more power. Red Knight smashed one of the 3 Magnemite, and the complete Magneton fell to pieces, releasing Danny's belongings. The light finally changed, and Eric led the Rockets across the street. Danny put all his Pokemon into their balls, but Legend 2, and they made a quick escape into the sky. Legend 2, we have to find Polly and get back to the ranch. Polly and the others were fighting several Rockets in a different part of the city, but they were greatly outnumbered. Even though our Pokemon are stronger, we're still outnumbered. Susan informed. Well, I'm not going down without a fight, declared Stephen. As Danny flew over Saffron, he came to a startling conclusion. There are rockets everywhere. They've taken over the city. But this time, it's more serious. There must be hundreds of them. Okay, seriously. How did they get hundreds of rocket grunts? That's gotta
Oh
be.
no.
There must be a lot of people in Kanto who want to be evil. um, rocket soldiers were
Lots of guys.
rocket soldiers were taking the citizens of Saffron prisoners and taking them away in trucks. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of rockets.
Really? They could have just used all their money to make business instead of putting guns on it.
I love how you keep bringing that up. How it's so obvious. It's like, all right, we're going to use our money to hire thousands or hundreds upon hundreds of rocket grunts, and then we're going to use our money to get all these vehicles, and then we're going to take prisoners from the dude. For all the money you spent on this, you could have made billions.
They are so dumb. Seriously.
All their Pokemon were taken from them and tossed into sacks. The Rockets' Pokemon were weak compared to the Pokemon of the small group of trainers, but with each fight, their Pokemon lost strength. Raticate were being paralyzed by Polly's Skiploom, which was using Stun Spore, but more came, and they attacked together, bringing it down. Oh no, Skiploom! Polly cried. Stephen looked at Polly and saw that she was grieving for a Pokemon. He quickly took action. F15, help Skiploom, get free! F15, that's the end of the quote there. F15 slashed all the Raticate away with. Oh, it's your turn,
No,
isn't it?
just like
I just realized it's your turn again.
that's okay. Let's see. F15 helps Skiploom get free. F15 slashed all the Raticate away with his razor steel wings. Then Skiploom got up and smiled at him. Thanks, Stephen, Polly said, smiling at him. No problem. He remarked, rushing. Whenever we get rid of one wave, another comes in, Susan cried. We hold on at this rate, Ian asked. Not much longer, Stephen answered. Even in the air, Danny wasn't safe from the attack, and Firo, Golbeck, and Gliga?
It's
Azula?
Gligar. It's like gliding.
Gligar, okay, thank you. Legend to do a loop and take them out with Ice Beam. Flipping wings behind the flying attackers. L2 shot them all down, but Mob flew up to take their place. Come on, we cannot win here. We have to find others and get out of here. That time the time that everyone feared had come. All of the Pokemon looked too wary from all the Team Rocket Pokemon they had fought, and one by one they were fainting. Now the trainers were on their own typo, on their own, surrounded by rows and rows of vicious Pokemon. Well, this could have gone better.
It really could have.
That sucks. We are not doing so hot, I guess.
Yeah.
Great. I'm still here. Wait.
Okay.
Okay. Oh no, they've beaten us! Polly said, looking at all her injured Pokemon and crying over them. They're an army, and we don't have enough strength to face an army. All of your Pokemon have been defeated. Now give in. Handcuff them. The commanding rocket ordered. As the four trainers were about to become prisoners, Danny and Legend landed in the middle of them. Superhero landing!
Superhero landing!
Not all of our Pokemon have been defeated. Danny boasted. Mine has a lot more fight in them. Polly exclaimed. Please, guys, just call back your Pokemon. There's only one way to win this one. Danny informed. After he see that all his friends were safe, Danny knew what he had need to be done. L2, use your full power. Ultra Beam and don't leave any one of them standing. Attack that Dragonite. L2 beginning process her special Ultra Beam by collecting light, but she was being disturbed by Pokemon on all sides, biting, scratching, and pecking, and punching and kicking her. Jesus! Enough! Rek'Sai, Deceiver, Fake Wood, Monsoon, Red Knight protect L2 at all costs! Deceiver blew up Eradicates off her with her Side Beam, while Rek'Sai and Monsoon used Water Gun to push the flying Pokemon away. Fake Wood and Red Knight bashed the rest down with a swift fighting and dual attacks. Danny took back all of his Pokemon, and the second he knew his Dragonite was already making her move. The brilliant Ultra Beam moved back and forth all the rockets. Pokemon were hit and severely hurt. Yeah! After it was over, it was just Danny and wanted none. Yeah, you can do it.
Okay. After it was over, just as Danny wanted, none of the enemy Pokemon could stand and attack them. Let's get out of here, Legend 2. Use Horn Drill and make the rockets move. Trying to avoid the dangerous spinning horn, the rockets spread out and made a path for Legend 2 to get through. The trainers used that opening also and escaped the hundreds of rockets who had supposedly trapped them. Then they got as far away from the city as they could get. After all the excitement, they were all out of breath and needed to sit down and rest. Your Dragonite really saved us that time, Ian declared, smiling. Yeah, we could have been caught for sure, Susan said, sitting on a rock. But there must be 1,000 innocent people being held there, theorized Danny. Theorized Polly. I don't know about 1,000, but we have to get back to Aunt Emily's ranch, Dan stated, making a fist. Why? Inquired Polly. I called there, and when someone answered, I think it was Alicia, and there was no picture, and the signal was full of static, so I couldn't really tell. But whoever it was, she was in trouble and said to come back. It might be a trap, Stephen cautioned. I'm all confused. I don't know what to do, and your Pokegear is down, so we can't call home to ask Mom and Dad. Polly started crying.
Yeah, it kind of sucked.
Oh, damn. Polly's crying. She's just overwhelmed at this point. She's like, I am done with this.
This is not working.
Danny put his arms around her to comfort her. Don't worry, sis. We'll figure something out. We'll finish Team Rocket off once and for all. Yeah, and you can use my Pokegear, Stephen reassured. Huh? You have Pokegear? Did Danny act surprised? Of course. You never told us! I'm going to make that an exclamation point because that deserves to be an exclamation point. Well, you never asked me. All the trainers except for Steven collapsed at that moment. Man, classic fall over humor. Here we go again. At Dan's house...
It's kind of funny though. Well, you never... You said what that you don't need it. What the hell?
Okay. At Dan's house, Cassie was putting Kyle to sleep and looking over his cradle. Go to sleep, my little angel. She put down a Teddy Ursa. She put down a Teddy Ursa stuffed animal next to him, and he grabbed it, tugging it close to himself. On the front lawn, Thunderjet was resting on the soft grass when she heard footsteps. A tall man wearing a large coat was walking up the sidewalk that led to the front door of the house. Thunderjet didn't like the stranger, and she barked at him and sent out sparks of electricity. Easy, girl, he ordered, kicking her in the side.
Thunderjet, oh dear, that is not okay.
Thunderjet was seriously hurt, and she could barely move. She tried to warn Cassie, but all that came out of her mouth were silent whimpers. The man knocked on the door, and Cassie left Kyle's room to go answer it. She opened the door, and she was frightened by the stranger and asked who he was. You may not know who I am, but I know who you are. What do you mean? You're coming with me, Cassie Dragonson. No, help! Cassie tried to cry for help, but she couldn't get it out in time. He grabbed her and put a cloth over her face soaked in chloroform. She couldn't breathe, and she slowly fainted. And picture.
Oof. That was not good.
Moofy is trying to escape.
Your cat is being super weird. Like, what the heck?
Yeah. Moofy, you need to relax. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, kind of like right there. Okay, there we go. Picture complete.
I
Uh, her last thoughts were her last thoughts were of Kyle and what would happen to him. Just then the phone rang, but the man just walked away with Cassie in his arms and ignored it. No one is
He's a meanie. Kill him.
No one is answering, Danny informed, trying to call home on Steven's phone. I don't like the looks of this, Steven stated. Maybe we should go back to the ranch, Pauline considered. Or maybe we should give in. Or maybe you should give in. Eric appeared out of nowhere and took out his communication device. Sir, I'm with them now. Danny wasn't a bit worried. In fact, he wanted to fight Eric. But what came next surprised and horrified him. Real flashed in and appeared to the left side of Eric. Well done, Executive Commander Eric. Wow, Eric's gone up in the world. Real question. Well done. Wait, what? Well done.
That was creepy.
That's not a question. This is not a question. Well done. That's a statement.
That's a thing.
That is not a question in any way. What the heck? Let's see. Luffy, why can't you just sit still? You're driving me crazy. I told you I wouldn't fail you, Eric exclaimed. You did an excellent job leading me to them. And of course, let's not forget our little spy in Silvco, who put the tracker on them in the first place. Tracker? Danny smirked, going into his bag. As he looked around, he came up with a metal tracking device. But how did it get in my... Danny questioned. Ever since Silvco was attacked by Team Rocket several years ago, the security has been greatly increased. We knew we needed someone on the inside to succeed in our takeover, so we trained a Rocket to get a job here. He was able to become an accountant, and he worked right behind everyone's back. You've already met him, Danny.
That son of a bitch.
What do you mean? He's the one who bumped into you in the elevator. He's the one who bumped into you in the elevator. Polly and Danny's eyes... Oh, no, that's real. He's the one who bumped into you in the elevator. Polly and Danny's eyes opened wide as they remembered. Yes, well, you and your sister weren't looking. He stuffed the handy tracker into your bag. So that's why he had those strange papers, Polly inferred. But how did you know we would go there? Once my men informed me that you would come to Kanto, I knew it was only a matter of time before you went to visit your dear grandfather, the president of Silvco, Real answered.
That is such a douchebag.
Yeah, he's such a dick. What have you done to him and the rest of the citizens of the city? Polly shouted. Calm down. He's been moved into my secret base in Kanto, and your mother will soon be joining them. Danny couldn't take any more of Rill's evil plans, and he and his Pokemon rushed him. Nasty temper, Danny. With a flick of Rill's wrist, all of Danny's Pokemon were blown away by psychic energy. Danny was disabled and couldn't make a move of his own. His arms were lifted up above him, and he began turning soon, getting to the point where he was getting twisted. Oh gosh, that's fucked up. Ah! Danny cried, unable to stand the pain. Polly watched as her little brother was being tortured to no end, and soon she was unable to bear it any longer. No, stop it! She screamed. Rill let go, and Danny fell to his knees. You're right, Polly, Rill said, looking at her. We've played around enough already. He placed a blue light around her, Susan and Ian lifting them up with him. It's time to go. Eric saw that he was taking Susan and became curious. Sir, why are you taking these two? Also, why are you taking these two also and leaving Danny and Steven? Good question, Eric.
We do not like what you are thinking with the way that you are going.
Don't you dare question me, Eric. Do you want to be demoted to grunt? No, sir. No one wants to be a grunt, sir. My character is getting all sparkly. Let me stop that.
This is a very serious moment.
Real! Stephen shouted, receiving his attention. What are you up to? You know what Jack has been... You know that Jack has been watching you. Of course I do, but he can't seem to teleport to where I am, can he? It looks like my little anti-teleport invention is working quite well. Don't you dare take them! Danny cried. I'm sorry, but I can't waste any more time here. I have all of Kanto to conquer, you know. Okay, picture time. Boop. There we go. I perfectly placed the picture.
Well, dang you!
Curse you, Will! What? Both Stephen and Danny exclaimed. However, I will be very interested to see how you two will do in trying to defeat me. That's why I'm leaving you here. Soon I will have taken control of every city, and you will have no place to hide. Let's see how things play out. Good luck. Danny, help! Polly exclaimed. Danny tried to reach for his Pokeballs. Reach for his Pokeballs? All his Pokemon got blown away. But his arm was too... reach for his Pokeballs, but his arm was too sore. Real teleported his friends and Eric away. Chapter 20. This is like 40 pages. Oh, pick ideas. Let me just delete these. Don't look at these! All right.
Yeah, I can read it.
Chapter 20, Trainers Unite. Okay, Carrie, it's your turn.
Let's go. Danny couldn't believe his sister has been taken away, and he took the tracking device out and stormed it to beasts. I let him take me. Danny cried. There's nothing we could have done against him. Stephen assured he was just too strong. Then he looked suspiciously at Stephen and grabbed him by his jacket. How do you know about Will? Stephen slapped him away. Control yourself, Danny. You can't help your sister or anyone by losing control of yourself. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
What does Jack have to do with Rio? I will tell you all that I know. The first time I met him a little over a year ago when I came to Jack's gym, he was the one who Jack was teaching then. He was actually the son of Jack's friend, Sabrina. Wait, you mean the gym leader? Danny gasped. You see, when Sabrina was a little girl, her psychic abilities grew at such a rate that they took control of her. All she wanted to do was to make her power stronger. It took complete dominance of her life and she became cruel. Only after a kind haunter make her laugh that she'd get back her emotions and become the true person she really was. After Rio responded, she noticed some of the same characteristics in him. She thought that she could teach him how to keep control, but she didn't want to risk it, so she sent him to train under Jack. Things were going great at first. He listened well and became good friends with Craig and Linda, but as time moved on, he changed. His goal shifted from learning to control his current power to gaining more power. Jack tried to help him, but he refused and ran away from him. That was when he became the boss of Team Rocket. Why didn't Rio say that he had an anti-teleport device? Tom really invented it, but he stole to keep Jack away from it. He created a special wall to keep psychics from getting past the teleportation. I don't know where to go now. Team Rocket is everywhere and our Pokemon is all tired. You need to take breaks!
Yeah. You might have a good idea about going to your aunt's ranch. We need to check it out. Fine, let's go. It's north of here. Stephen checked his compass to see which way was in that... You probably could figure it out from where you are in the city, but okay. Which way was north, and they began running. Or just look at a route sign. Back in Johto, Dan was standing behind the curtain of his school's auditorium stage. Officer Jenny was dressed in a big Arcanine costume, which was wearing a trench coat. She was speaking to a large crowd of kids. Okay, so have you ever heard of McGruff the crime dog?
That sounds very familiar. Is it the... Yeah, show it.
He was a public service, I'll send you a picture real quick. He was a public service announcement that was trying to teach kids about how to stay away from drugs and crime and stuff. But he basically looked like this. McGruff. Let's see. Okay, yeah. Okay, I sent you a picture.
Yep.
Moofy, get off of there. Anyway. Let's see. Let's see, where was I? Let's go there. Back in Johto, Dan was right. Jenny was dressed as a big Arcanine costume, which was wearing a trench coat. She was speaking to a large crowd of kids. Hello, boys and girls. I'm McGrowl, the crime Arcanine. Today, I'm going to talk to you on being safe. All the students were fast asleep in their seats, and Dan,
Oh dear.
and Dan was falling into a deep sleep himself. Oh, this gets worse every year. A young woman, apparently a teacher, tapped his shoulder and he looked back. Excuse me, Mr. Dragonson, but your wife's work is on the phone. Oh, just great. Just another thing to make this day interesting, he replied, sarcastically. Going into the school's office, he picked up the phone. Hello, this is Daniel Dragonson. Yes, Mr. Dragonson, answered a masculine voice. I was wondering if you could do us a favor. Sure. What is it? Well, Cassie was supposed to have come in for an important meeting, but it's been an hour and she hasn't arrived or called. We tried to contact her at your house, but no one answered. That's strange. Yes, this meeting is very important to Silphco in Johto, and we need her present. Could you please go and find her for us? Of course. Dan informed the school that he had to leave, and he went out into his green van. What in the world happened? Cassie has never been late for one meeting in her life. Not even the stupid one. Something isn't right here. Not even the stupid ones. As he was driving back, he noticed that all the roads were clear. No one was driving on them but him. Well, honestly, I'm surprised there are roads that exist in the world of Pokemon if you play the video games.
Oh god, that's a really cute looking dog.
Once he got close to his house, he saw Thunderjet moaning and unable to walk properly. He parked and ran to her side. What happened, girl? Did Bobby fall? Did Bobby fall down the well? What?
Oh no!
What happened, girl? Dan rubbed Thunderjet's belly to comfort her, and Thunderjet's probably like, "No, that's where I got hit, you idiot!" Thunderjet's belly to comfort her, and he looked over and saw that the front door was flapping open. He knew immediately that something was wrong and ran inside. Kyle was crying upstairs, and when Dan called for Cassie, no one came. He darted up the stairs and attended to Kyle, whom had a dirty diaper, which he swiftly changed. I don't know why we needed that detail, but okay.
Fatherhood looks good on Dan, maybe?
It does. Carrying his son around, when Dan walked by the TV, it came on by itself, and Rill's face was on the screen. Another picture!
Wow, that was a very 8 Escape moment. That was a very 8 Escape moment.
Oh yeah. It's like Spectre's gonna say something. Actually, Rill, I almost wonder if the idea for Rill came from Spectre.
Maybe?
Here we go. Dan is like, ooh, who is this guy?
Or maybe you got it wrong. You should be, who is this brat?
Who is
Who
this
is this
brat? Boop. Oh, Moofy, you want to leave? Okay. The barricade is back in place. Let's see. Hello, Dan. I've been reading for a while. Should you read now?
I can do it. I can do it. Oh dear. When was the last time I do a Spectre impression? Like that? Hello. Hello, Dan. Dan's face turned pale and he looked at Ryu. It certainly took you long enough to get here. Who are you? Dan asked, expecting not to get a response. As you notice by now, your wife is nowhere to be found. It is because she is with me. Dan felt a strong rage growing deep inside him. My name is Ryu, the new leader of Team Rocket, and by now I should be in complete control of all Kanto. Dan's face froze in disbelief. Don't believe me, do you? Then why don't you just go to the Channel 6 But don't stay there too long because this is a recorded message, and you will only hear it once. I will give you 30 seconds. Dan flipped to the channels to Channel 6 and a news report was on. It spoke of Team Rocket's takeover of all Kanto. Dan quickly turned back to the station that Ryu was on. If you don't know what I'm after, then I'll tell you. Give me the Master Ball! Thanks to Mr. Sylph, I've discovered that he gave it to you. You have 24 hours before I lose my patience. Is it a wrong spelling? Lose your patience or lost? Before I lose my patience.
Oh, loose. I said loose again, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. His pants is loose. Give yourself up and give yourself up and bring the Master Ball. I might have to do something that I will regret later. Oh, I have one more thing to show you. The camera went away from you have 24 hours before I lose my patience.
Oh, there it is. There it is. I see it now.
Camera away from Ryu and the focus on two rockets holding Polly. Dan was angry, but knowing that Ryu had the upper hand made him fearful. Tick-tock, the clock is ticking, and now back to your regular schedule program. Then the station switched to what it was before, Professor Oak's show. Now, why don't you give us the Master Ball, Dan? Dan looked behind and a strong rocket who had his Machamp ready to crush him. The Machamp looked very powerful, but he suddenly fell over. AR had cross-chopped the neck while wearing gloves made of strong metal. I will crush you! AR jumped above the rocket and whined. Kyle, unaware of what happened, had already giggled. Is that you? Is that you, Jack? Dan asked, unable to see the mysterious figure's face. No, Dan, it's me! AR responded with removing his heavy cloak. Dan couldn't believe his eyes. AR was his old friend Josh. That came out of nowhere. Were there any hints that it was Josh?
I don't think I dropped any hints that it was Josh. I don't think I did.
Yeah, you didn't thought much, but that's okay. Josh, it was you. Then he put Kyle down and hugged a friend he had not seen in such a long time. Sorry, I haven't been around.
We have another picture, which is where is it? Oh, this one. There we go. By the way, this is my first time ever drawing Josh.
Why is Josh mewing like that and his face looks kind of funny?
Its main description was talked about spiky hair. Well, I made it spiky.
Let's see. Sheesh. Um,
Oh.
um, wait. You just saved me. Sorry, I haven't been much around, but I've been busy. Well, I've saved your son a few times, so I figure why not? You have been helping Danny. Well, Team Rocket has been after it. I have pulled out of quite a few gems. Uh, um, Then look at the railing that went beside the stairs. He put his hand on the sphere which was at the bottom and pulled up. Why did you do that? Just watched. Then scratch away at the sphere, and it turned out to be a master ball painted over. Oh, clever. Yeah, now I know I have to get to Kanto and save my family. Hold everything. You're not going to give Ryu the master ball, are you? Whatever did I do then? You are kidding me. The Dan I used to know would never give in to the Team Rocket that easily. Really? Well, the Dan you used to know didn't have a family who was in mortal danger. I don't think that Ryu has your whole family. How do you know? On the message you said that he has Cassie and he showed Polly, but didn't mention Danny at all. Oh, yeah, you're right. I think they'll still be after him in Kanto. Well, I have to go right now. Aren't you forgetting something?
What?
Well, first of all, you're leaving your infant in his playpen, and secondly, you don't have any Pokemon. Oh yeah, I have Thunderjet though. Yeah, then over the years, no battles to Thunderjet has become a slumber pet. You're also right. Then why did you? We didn't even have a way to go to Kanto. This is where you are wrong. Take a look outside. I think that you can do it. You can do the voice here.
Oh, is it my turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Dan walked out his house and jumped in surprise as he saw a 2-passenger helicopter right on his front lawn. Where did it come from? I built it out of scrap pieces they found at a junkyard. Took 7 years.
Anakin.
That is a very Anakin thing to do. Took 7 years, but I got it up and running. Josh, I know where we can take Kyle to keep him safe. Then let's jet. Oops, I mean Chopper. Dan took out his old Pokeball and put Thunderjet inside. Boy, it's been a while since I last did that. Josh.
Oh, are they? Because they are probably they are still very young. they're probably still be very young, and I haven't fought in a while, but I'm not cracking my back like Grandpa.
Josh turned on the engine and got the helicopter's blade spinning. Dan's hair was being blown around under the pressure when he got in. Kyle was buckled to his lap and to keep the child buckled. Well, okay. To be fair, I'm not sure how the heck you're supposed to keep your child safe in a 2-seater helicopter. To be fair, it's probably a bad idea to take him at all, but I guess Dan doesn't have much of a choice. But yeah, not a good idea to take your child up in a 2-seater helicopter.
Yeah, you and I have been on flights and we have heard babies crying.
Yeah. Is buckled on the lap.
My sister was actually one of them the first time she went to America.
Keep the young child out of harm's way. The aircraft left the ground and slowly picked up altitude. The sun was slowly setting and Danny and Steven ran with all their might. They were over a mile away from the ranch now. Their legs were tired and hurt, but they didn't stop. What do you think we'll find? Steven asked out of breath. What do you think we'll find? Steven asked out of breath. I don't know, but we have to be prepared for anything. When they got to the entrance, it was just like it was at Dan's house, wide open. The inside was a total mess, dishes broken on the ground, tables turned over, and many signs of a struggle. Danny looked over at the phone. It was off the hook. It disconnected. Going outside, the land was empty. No people or Pokemon roaming about. Suddenly, Dan felt the ground.
Why did you make this so wumpy all of a sudden?
I made it so what?
Wump. I think that's how you. I think that's how you. WHUMP. Yeah. You're making like so much angst into it. What happened?
What happened? Suddenly, Dan felt the ground, and a bump broke from the soil. Rocky put its head out. Rocky! Oh, that's not anyone saying that. It's just Rocky, Dan's golem, dug out and hugged Danny, nearly breaking his spine. Rocky! Okay, that's enough! Rocky wasn't the only Pokemon down there either. Tsunami, Snow Queen, Tricker, and Deceiver's mate were also there. Cool. All Dad's Pokemon escaped the rockets, and so did his Mischievous. Not really. A net dropped on the 5 Pokemon, and ropes wrapped around Danny and Steven, tightly tying their arms at their sides. Only the 2 ghost Pokemon escaped the trap, and they were able to become transparent and go through the net. We just needed to draw them out. I think that's a quote there. Danny saw the ones who had tied them up. 5 rocket grunts. I guess it was a good thing that little girl told you to come here after all. Alicia! Danny thought. What have you done with Alicia and her family? Oh, they're safe with Rail at his base. If you want to see them, we'll gladly take you. Move it! Gengar! Tricker cried. Mystery! The Mischievous exclaimed. I bet you ghosts think you're getting away. Well, think again. The rockets pulled out a fuzzy purple bug with large eyes. Venonat! Foresight! Venonat emitted a wide red line of lights from its eyes and hit Tricker and Mischievous with them. Both ghosts became solid like the other Pokemon, and they were soon trapped in a net. Wow, it's almost like you guys should have attacked the rockets before that happened or something. The rockets drugged the Pokemon into a... Is it drugged or dragged? I'm gonna go dragged. The Pokemon into...
Yeah, there we go.
And push...
into a truck in a truck, like what?
Yeah, they're not being drugged, they're being dragged. Push the 2 trainers along with them. Steven struggled to escape his bonds, but they were tied too tightly. I failed, Polly, Danny said silently. And my aunt's family's... my aunt's family... And my mom... And Dad... Jack was wrong. I'm still a worthless rookie. Stop talking like that, Danny, Steven yelled. You're reminding me of myself before I met Jack.
What are you talking about? Before I met Jack, anytime that there's a battle, typo again. Lose.
I'm always saying loose instead of lose. It's driving me crazy. I'm gonna loose it!
Let's see. He told me that one lost battle doesn't end in your fight to fulfill your destiny.
Okay, I hate that. I hate that. Does it end your fight to... I'm gonna say become stronger. Fulfill your destiny sounds a little too...
To anime.
Yeah, too anime. Fight to become stronger. There! That's better. Ugh! That was... the destiny thing was driving me crazy.
That is also still very anime. But slightly better.
Slightly better.
Let's see. Changes changes attitude quickly. Danny and push against his ropes as well. Thanks, Stephen, he said, struggling. Anytime the truck came to a sudden halt outside, and outside Danny heard much movement going on, loud explosions like noises and several cries moving around. When silence finally came to the back door, the back door rolled up and Lance was standing there with his Dragonite. What's happened? No time to explain.
Fucking Lance is here! Fucking Lance is here! No! No!
Dan is going to be like, oh god. Let's go.
Music stopped.
Behind Danny and Stephen cut their bonds with a knife and opened the nets they were holding the Pokemon. Hurry, follow me. As Stephen jumped out of the truck, he noticed 2 rockets trapped there in the mud. Lance crossed his arms, swung them out by throwing 2 Pokeballs which contains Dragonite. Where are we going? Just gather and I will explain on the way. Stephen Stephen and Danny each mounted a dragon and saw it into a night with lands.
I don't even know it was nighttime.
It was time for bed at Jack's house, and no one knew about the great danger. Rio had not struck Light River City yet. Linda was wearing a long pink t-shirt and watching her older brother brush his teeth. Greg, do you think that we'll really be able to bring Rio back? She said, sounding deeply worried. Greg washed his mouth out and spat into the sink before replying. Of course, Dad was just waiting for the right time. You will see he'll come through. I hope so. Downstairs, Jack was trying to fix the TV. It wasn't getting any signals whatsoever. This is ridiculous. There's a new episode of Space Trek on. And my cable just went out. Well, if it is the cable, there probably isn't anything we can do about it, Barbara informed. Maybe we should go to bed early tonight. Maybe you're right, Bob. Well, I'll just go and watch it online later.
I think, so here's the funny thing. I was going through and reading this in advance, and I think I read them talk about the TV and watching stuff on TV, and I'm just like, ugh. This is supposed to take place further in the future, and this sounds kind of dated. So I added the little line about him watching it online.
I mean that your back then it was very right now we are in the future, which hasn't changed so much.
Let's see. Okay, you can continue now.
As Barbara took the bathroom first, and Jack went in to check his children. First, he looked at Greg, who was sleeping under the covers, then Linda. She looked upset and tossed and turned. No, Will, come back to us, she whispered. I want you to come back to us. Don't worry, Linda, I promise I will help them. I think she may have a crush on Rio, but sadly, Rio doesn't understand it.
Yeah.
Are you trying to do like family is everything?
like Fast and the Furious or something?
I think maybe.
It's all about family.
It's always about family. Let's just see wash up for the night. Heard a noise on the lower level. It's in a broken glass. The teleporting downstairs, he checked out one of these windows smashed open. Then a man outside with a strange white box flashed into it. What's the meaning of this? The man did not answer, but instead held a box and made it flash at Jack. Jack's mind suddenly felt like it was splitting in two, and he couldn't take the stress. His perfect concentration stopped, and he needed help. Meow! He cried on his voice. Several minutes away, Miwa clearly heard Jack's cries and became alert. What is it? Miwa's done. Jack! Tell me, it's the trainer, Lavrita. I'm coming to help you. No, find them. The device they have might hurt you too. Jack, go find them. Don't worry about me. From then, Miwa couldn't get more messages.
We have a picture. Let's see.
There was a nasty psychic attack.
So yeah, just him communicating with Meow.
But he looked so at ease in that though. I thought that he was like, ah.
Yeah, he should look a little bit more aggravated, like ah.
I like that how the thingy just cut you out because we are both screaming. We're like,
oh yeah, Discord does that. Okay, I guess it's my turn now?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. From then on, Meow didn't get any more messages. Deep in Jack's subconscious mind, he pictured himself in a large dark room with red lines spiraling all around him. When he got up and looked around, he became very confused. Where am I? Well, to be quite frank, Jack, you're in yourself, laughed a voice. That's not where that quote goes. I know that voice. It's real. You are currently... You are correct, my old master. Now it's time to tell you where you are. You are in your own mind. But don't worry, you aren't alone. You see, you are the part of Jack who depends mostly on normal human feelings and physical strength. But there is another Jack in here whom... Okay, this is kind of funny because this predates Mob Psycho 100 by so far. And a conflict like this kind of happened in that show. But there is another Jack in there who depends completely on psychic power. I use that white box to...
Before Mob Psycho, there's also Eve. I remember that one time that we were stuck in Shinji when he was talking to the angel, and then the angel that looks like a really pretty boy just talking. So who are you then? Then what are you then? Then what? And then who am I then? Then
yeah.
It's like. You are Hikari Shinji. That you are Hikari Shinji. You are the Eva pilot. You are also just a young student in at the school. Yada 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 yada. And then just like, so, why are you so against your father, but very into your mother, even though you have never looked, even though that you don't remember much about her. I want.
Let's see. Let's see. But yeah, I use this white box so to separate your mind into these two parts. It says, as we both know, psychics depend on both their mind and their body. But my toy box splits them in half. Useless. Unless you find a way to become one again with your other half, you will be in a coma for the rest of your life. Real, why are you doing this? I never trained you to turn out like this. Perhaps not, but another did. What do you mean, another? I'm sorry, but I don't have time to chat. With you out of the way, no human can stand against me. So I hope you enjoy your nap. Row! No! Outside, the man who struck Jack down walked upstairs to capture his family. First, he took Barbara, and then he approached Linda and Greg, who had woken up from the loud noise. Let Mom go! Greg ordered. Hey, kids, say cheese, the man joked, using the same box on them as he used on their father. Linda and Greg struggled against the effects, but were much easier to get than Jack. What have you done to them? Barbara cried. Ha, I just put them to sleep for a little while, or rather, a long while. Barbara was ready to cry out on the count of 3. She was going to kick the rocket in his stomach, but a pot broke on his head instead. On his head instead. He released her and fell over. She didn't know where it came from until she saw John standing nearby. John, thank heavens you came. Barbara, what is going on? Suddenly, let's see. That's the end of the quote there. Suddenly, a figure appeared. Suddenly, a figure appeared on the ceiling. Well, I'd say the Sire family is dropping like flies, Rill joked. Rill, what have you done? Barbara shouted. I was just eliminating the competition. John had seen enough. He grabbed Rill and... Holy crap! He grabbed Rill and tossed him down the stairs. Jeez! John doesn't fuck around. He's like, I will kill your ass.
John. I forgot who's John.
John is Jack's brother.
Okay.
Let's see. Rill. Let's see. I was just limiting the competition. That's enough, Rill. Rill rubbed his head. It was hurt from the fall, and then he looked next to him and saw the white box. I'm afraid not. John saw the white box and kicked it away. No! It's over, Rill. Rill took a glove out of his pocket and put it on his hand. It looks like I must use Plan B! It's funny because it's obviously just Plan B, the letter B, but the way he's saying it...
No.
The way he's saying it, it's like he's going to attack him with bees. Bee drill! Exclaimed, holding the glove out at John. In the center of the palm, there was the same flash device on the box. John was hit, and after a lengthy struggle, slowly fell into submission. No, I must fight it! Give in, John! Jack and the others couldn't escape it. Why do you think you can? Rill turned away and looked at Barbara. My work with you is done. Rill kicked John in his face, and he gave in. Now, Barbara, tell me, where has Jack hidden a certain family heirloom? No, Rill, he hasn't told me. Well, I believe he has, and you can tell me its location right here or at my place, whichever you prefer. Let's see. Barbara tried to escape, but Rill caught her in his usual fashion. I guess we'll have to leave then. No, Jack! Now Barbara was completely helpless. She watched as she was spirited away from her family. And we got a picture. Which is right here. Boop.
He's just a little brat. But then again, he was manipulated by said master, whoever that master is.
Spirited away from her family. Dan was not the only one to see Rill's broadcast in Johto. Talon had been... Oh, you know what? I think we should just end it there for today. We've been reading for a while.
And now we will stop at the cliffhanger. Do not kill us, guys.
Let's see. So, how long have we been streaming for? Let's see.
How long?
An hour and 40 minutes. That's pretty decent. Let's see. Okay. Should we stop there? Yeah, I guess we can stop there. We've been reading for like a while now. Boom, inflammation for hours. Okay. All right, that's going to do it for today. But Carrie, I got like plenty more pictures, so we're good to do this again next week if you got time next week.
Hopefully I get enough time.
But next time we'll do next time we'll start live streaming the Cassette Beast DLC or Lena or something.
It's something.
We'll figure it out. Okay, bye. And ending the stream.